Welcome to Beginning to Blend, a new Blender-centric video series focusing on two methods of modeling in Blender. I'm your host and guide, JoRaSe, and I hope you'll stick around for the duration of these videos. And with that, let's go ahead and fire up Blender. Now, what we want to do is, like last time, load up our background image. To do that, we need to pop this side panel out by pressing the N key. And I also need to turn on screencast keys so you all can see what I'm doing right over here in the corner. Alright, we want to make sure back face culling is on. Can hide this and that. Turn on background images, add image. We want to go to the desktop and then the beginning blend folder and bookshelf reference. And like last time, the reference materials are in a zip file, which I have provided a download link to on my, or in the video description. So let's get into the proper view by pressing the 3 key on the numpad and then the 5 key to switch from perspective view to orthographic. And there we can see our background image. Bit dull, so let's come over here and increase the opacity from 0.5 all the way to 1. Makes it nice, bright, and easy to see the actual lines of the blueprint. And let's go ahead and pull our basic cube over, and we'll get started. Hit the Tab key to enter edit mode, and the Z key to go into Wireframe. And now what we want to do is just line the cube up here with the side and the bottom corner. And now we deselect these by pressing the, I'll reselect them. So we deselect these by pressing the B key to bring up box select. And then we click the middle mouse button or the scroll wheel and drag and grab the boxes, or the vertices within the box that we want to deselect, and then just release the mouse button. So now we want to drag these up all the way and press the A key to deselect everything. Let's grab this one and slide it over, and the A key again to deselect. Let's box select this one and slide it over. And now we've got a little bit of a flat bit here, so what we're going to do to make that happen is grab this vertice over here and just slide it up. And now hit the E key on the keyboard to extrude, left click to lock it in place, and drag it down. Now we can hit the A key to deselect everything. And let's hit the Z key, go into solid view, And if we hold the middle mouse button down, we can click and drag to see how it looks. So now we want to grab these. So just hit the B button and box select around these entire set of vertices. And we would just want to slide them over somewhat. We can go into the other view, and let's hit the Tab key and drag it down. Use the Shift key and the scroll wheel to move the screen down. Line these up. Hit the Tab key, go into Wireframe, and we just want to box select all of those and drag them over. Now the next thing we need to be worrying with is the actual shelf itself. So to do that, what we're going to do is go back into our side view and well, never mind. We'll just keep moving it up and down as we need to. So just grab everything in object mode and pull it up, and then tab back into edit mode. Now we only need one set of faces for this. So let's grab the inner set because it'll be easier to work with. Get into the proper viewport. And we want to hit the E key to extrude. And we're just going to move, hit the G key and then drag the mouse to begin moving the vertices into position. So we're just going to keep doing that all the way across. Just like so. Now, we need one more right in here, don't we? The way we're going to get that is by putting in a loop cut. So just click and click again, and we can see the one that we need is this one right here. And so we're just going to drag it over. And then up here, we need to grab these two and drag them over. So we've got something that looks like this. And now we want to look down here at the bottom. We've got vertex select activated. Right next to that is edge select, and right next to that is face select. we want face select. And now we want to select the faces that make up the L portion of the shelf, which are going to be these three. We can now go back into our viewport to confirm that we have the right ones selected. And now go into the other side view and hit the E key. And we're just going to slide these or extrude them over a bit. And there we have a portion of our shelf. And we're going to hit the X key on the keyboard to delete these three faces. We want to make sure we're deleting faces, so we move down in the menu to where it says faces and click, and it gets rid of those faces for us. Now we can go back into our side view, our other side view, grab everything, and go ahead and pull it down to where it matches with the lower diagram. And we're going to go back into vertice or vertex select mode. We want to hit the Shift key and the D key on the keyboard. And now while that didn't look like it did anything, it really did. It duplicated the entire selection. Now we want to hit the Enter key, which locks it in place. And now the Control and M keys on the keyboard. And we need to select an axis for this to be mirrored across. And the one we want is going to be the X axis. So we press the X key. And we can see we now have a flipped duplicate of the model. We can use the mouse to now drag it. Oh, my mistake. I need to confirm it with either a mouse press or a enter on the keyboard. So I'll just do a mouse click. Now we can drag it all the way over to the other side, deselect everything, grab these, and we want to select the inverse. We do that with Control and I. So Control plus I. And now we want to hide the inverse with the H key. The reason we did that was because we're going to simply merge together these two sets of vertices, and it makes it a whole lot easier to merge them if we don't have everything else in the way. So now we just want to select a matching pair of vertices, press the W key on the keyboard, come down to where it says merge, and we have three choices: at center, at cursor, or collapse. The method that I always prefer is at center, because most of the time when you're merging vertices, you don't want them flying away from their original position, which they'll do if we choose at cursor, which I'll show you now. So we hit at cursor, and they fly up to the cursor. And that's not what we're wanting. So we undo that. And if we were to choose the collapse option, this is what we get. absolutely nothing. Because for collapse, if I remember right, they have to be pretty much laying directly on top of each other. So with that demonstration out of the way, just merge at center and grab the next vertices set, merge at center. Now just keep doing this all the way down. Just merge and center all these vertices sets. And now that we've got all the vertices sets merged, we can unhide everything else with Alt and H. That unhides everything. We can now deselect everything. And we can go into Shaded View. And we can see there's a problem. All of the normals on this side, which determine the way the face is oriented, are facing the proper direction. All of the ones on this side are facing in the opposite direction. And I'll show that by going over here and right here where it says normals, I'll display face normals. And let's up the size. Go 1. So you can see the ones on this side are in the proper outward orientation, whereas this side they're all facing the other way. So to fix this, we go into Wireframe view and box select the entire set all the way to the middle of offending faces. Hit the W key on the keyboard and go down to flip normals, and this will automatically flip them to be in the right orientation. And with that done, and back out into Shaded View, we can see that the normals are now facing the proper direction. We can hit the Tab key to go into Object Mode. And the one thing that we need to fix is that the origin point for the model is way up here instead of down here where it should be. So to fix that, we need to go into Side View, grab everything by pressing A twice. Once gets rid of the current selection, the second time reselects everything. And so we're just going to pull this back up into position, like so, and go into our other side view, which is going to be the 1 key. And let's line it up on this midline as well. Now we can hit the Tab key, and the origin is in the origin. That's all for this session of Polygonal Art with JoRaSe. If you enjoyed what you saw, how about giving this video a thumbs up? And don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss out on future videos from me. In the video description below, you'll find my Patreon link. Feel free to check it out. Now, on to the credits.